Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Gridiron Sports Podcast. I am your host for this evening, Majestic Sounds. Shout out to the Dallas Cowboys for defeating the Cleveland Browns, and I'm excited about the win. Now, before the game started, honestly, you guys, I already knew that we was going to win, and I know everybody else probably didn't know. A couple of people probably did pick, Dallas to win. But I'm sure the 4-letter and the 3-letter networks didn't pick Dallas to win because they're looking at Cleveland Browns as a defensive juggernaut team. They had the number one defense in the NFL last year. So, but this is what people forgetting about in the National Football League as of 2024 or just in 2020 period, that you're going to have to be able to move the ball offensively. And if you can't move the ball offensively, you're going to struggle against teams that can score. Dallas offense, as far as scoring, last year and years of the past, have been in the top 5 offensively, scoring the ball. So, in order to beat teams like Baltimore, in order to beat teams like the Miami Dolphins, in order to beat teams like the Dallas Cowboys, you got to put points on the board. Now, there are two teams that are in the same division, in the same conference even, that just have problems with scoring over 17 points. That's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. They have problems with that. They rely too much on the defense. I get it. Both teams are playoff teams. But when you run up against a high-powered offensive team, you're going to struggle. You are asking your defense to stop the other team and score. You asking your special teams to pin them back on the opposite side of the field and let the defense create some type of turnover so they can give the offense the ball back. Or they can score themselves, and the offense don't even have to get on the field to score, because the defense is doing everything, and the special teams is pitching in as well. So, football has 3 phases of the game, if you will: offense, defense, and special teams. And if you look at the score says it all for both of those teams. Pittsburgh Steelers, what did they score? Did they win? Yeah, but look at the score. It was 18-10. They kicked about 7 field goals. And then, of course, the Cleveland Browns, 17 points. Teams like that they don't get far. They just don't. You may get in the playoffs, but you're going to have a quarterback that can get some touchdowns, that can throw some touchdowns, that can move the ball offensively. Now, as far as the Cowboys, great game for us. And like I said, I understand that people have their reservations with the offensive line before this season started. Everybody was talking about that we didn't do good in free agency, which we didn't. I most certainly agree with that. But we did get Eric Kendricks, who showed out against Cleveland. Then in the draft, we got those rookies out of the draft who showed out against Cleveland. So we actually did good after all. Everybody had their reservations with the running back room. Well, the running back did pretty good. Running back by committee philosophy actually produced some positive yards. So I think we did rushing yards, 102. That's good. That's good. 102 yards from the running game, that is good. Passing wise, we didn't, Dak didn't throw for no 300 yards this time, but he did good. Shout out to Mike McCarthy for the play calling. That is very important. The play calling was phenomenal. So that Myles Garrett, when wrecked the game, had Dak Prescott getting the ball out of his hands quickly, rolling out to the left, rolling out to the right, and making plays with his arms, extending plays, constantly staying in front of the chains. It was just a great game for us. Just to be honest, defensively, we destroyed them. Let's see here. Shout out to Eric Kendricks, Overshown, D-Law, Trayvon Diggs, the rookie Carson, who held Amari Cooper. I think Amari Cooper only caught the ball 2 or 3 times. He didn't get 100 yards this game. Who else we got here? J. Lou making plays all over the place. And of course, our guy Michael Parsons did his thing. So we won. And you got to score more than 17 points, 18 points. You got to score more than that against a team that can move the ball offensively. The average team in the league going to score anywhere from 21 to 28 points per game. The average team. A good team, man. I'm talking about a team that's above 500. So you're going to have to bring your A game. But before I let me go ahead and finish what I want to say before I talk about Deshaun Watson. So shout out to Kavontae Turpin, special teams, did an awesome job. Shout out to Brandon Aubrey. Man, the man was 4 for 4, 100%, man. 100%, man. Hit the 57-yarder field goal and was about to do a 71-yarder. I believe Mike McCarthy just want to show out now at this point. Mike McCarthy like, yo, what? We on 4th down? Go on out there, dog. Kick it. Well, how far? 60? Go on, kick it, man. Now, if they didn't get that penalty, he was going to kick that ball about 60-something yards. So, Mike McCarthy just loving it. And that guy's our secret weapon at this point. We got a kicking machine, and we got Kavontae. But as I told you guys, anybody who's been following me on Spotify and iHeartRadio and Audible and Amazon, y'all already know what I've been talking about. The NFL changed the kickoff rules, so you know what that means. They're trying to get people to actually return kicks. But shout out to Kavontae Turpin, who actually returned a punt and scored. So we didn't just really have to do nothing that much offensively. Once we realized that they couldn't score against our defense, it was a wrap. All we gotta do now is run the clock out, dog. Run the clock out. What? We need a first down, or we in field goal range. All right, go on out there, dog. Hey, Brandon, go on out there and kick it for me, man. What is it? 60 yards? I know you got that. 50 yards? I know you got that. 40 yards? It don't matter. Dude got a foot on him. He got an arm and he got a leg on him. Dak got the arm. Brandon got the leg. We good. And Mike Zimmer got that defense top notch. So, and the running game looks good. So all those caveats and reservations that we had so far, I am thoroughly impressed with what I've seen out of my team. I was highly concerned. I really was. Preseason is one thing, but when you get to the regular season, the real games, you got to be able to play, dog, at a high level and at a fast pace, because them defensive linemen are coming. Can you protect your quarterback? And speaking of that, shout out to Ezekiel Elliott for protecting the quarterback, helping out our rookies. It's just great. And of course, like I said, the play calling helped out the rookies as well. And that's what you want to do. Help them out. Don't pull them out there in the lion's den, so to speak, or put them out there with a whole pack of wolves. Like, go on out there. No, you scheme and you make the game easy for them. And so the play calling was phenomenal by Mike McCarthy and Brian Schottenheimer. The play calling from Mike Zimmer was great. He had so many blitz packages and schemes and formations to keep the opposing team quarterback on his toes. And so that leads me to talk about Deshaun Watson. He just don't look good. Deshaun does not look good, ladies and gentlemen. Any Cleveland Brown fans, I hate to tell you, y'all in trouble. Y'all got to turn this around. And I get it, the offensive line is banged up right now, but Deshaun Watson should be able to move the ball with the team he got. And I get it, the tight end got hurt as well. I think he went out third quarter or something, fourth quarter. I'm not sure if he hurt bad or whatever the case may be, but that's neither here nor there when it comes to Deshaun Watson. You should be able to do something as the quarterback of that particular team. You know what you up against, a gaudy defense, and you know the offensive line is not as healthy as they once were. And so as the quarterback, you got to make it happen. You got good receivers in Amari Cooper, and you got your boy who came over from Denver. And so you got to make it happen, dude. They paying you a lot of money, guaranteed money, if you will. And dude is not getting it done. Last year he only played 6 games. The year before that he only played 6 games. The year before that he wasn't even in the league. And the last time we seen that man look good, we was playing for the Houston Texans, and he used to carry that team on his back. Sometimes he did it by himself and wielded his team to victory. But I hate to see this happen to my guy. I really do. He looked bad. Offensively, I don't even think they got 3 first downs in the first half. I have to go back and, look at it. I don't think they got 3 first downs. They just could not move the ball, and you can't blame all of that on the quarterback. But some of the blame do go to the offensive coordinator, the head coach, and the quarterback. And I get it, you got Nick Chubb hurt, but the running back for them did actually okay in that game. Actually okay. They had 93 yards, if I'm not mistaken, rushing yards. So that was okay. But the defense just I get it, dog. You playing against a real good defensive-minded coach. And we were ready defensively. So the offensive line looks good for the Cowboys. So everybody can calm down. The running backs, by committee philosophy, actually is working. And I get it, it's just week 1. But I am impressed. I have to say, I am thoroughly impressed with what the coaching staff was able to do with the personnel they have. And so, shout out to the Dallas Cowboys, the front office, the coaching staff, everybody that's associated and affiliated with the team. And kudos to them. The rookie Carson's that was just impressive to hold Amari Cooper to 2 to 3 receptions. He just blanketed the man all game. Any chance he had opportunity to be on Amari, he did that. So shout out to Carson's. Shout out to Trayvon Diggs, who got an interception. Trayvon Diggs is gonna be Trayvon Diggs. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't wait to my guy DaRon Bland get back. So we'll have Trayvon and DaRon Bland out there. That's gonna really be the no-fly zone. And you think we getting interceptions now? Yeah, when that guy get back, it's gonna go up a little more. But shout out to the secondary; they did a great job. Just defensively, we shut down a playoff team. They still was a playoff team. I don't care what anybody else say. We went into their house and we beat the brakes off of them. So shout out to my team, the Dallas Cowboys. And week 2, we got the New Orleans Saints coming to us. Of course, we should be able to win that. Although Derek Carr looked good week 1. Derek Carr looked good. They blowed out the Carolina Panthers. And I get it, it's Carolina. But they only can play who's on their schedule. And they're still a professional team. And Bryce Young, the young, the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, he's just finding his way. And I believe at some point he'll be okay at some point. But yes, so the New Orleans Saints is coming to town for week 2. So I'm sure we'll be ready for them. I'm looking forward to it. I know you guys are too. So once again, shout out to the Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to the coaching staff. Shout out to Brandon Cooks with the touchdown. Devontae Turbin with the touchdown. Brandon Aubrey, man, dude, he is a kicker, a very, very good kicker. So I'm super excited about that. And that's pretty much it, you guys. That's my thoughts on the game. We had too many penalties. I will say that. If you just want to pick out something that you didn't like or they can work on, the penalties, they can most definitely work on that. I think we had 11 penalties for maybe 80 something yards. We gave away 85 yards, something like that. But once we clean that up, we're going to be pretty hard to beat. And look like we can make another run for the playoffs. And again, like I always say this, I just want us to get to the NFC Championship game. Now, I'm not gonna say the Super Bowl, and I did this last year. I'm gonna do it again. My expectation is nothing less than the NFC Championship game, which is the game before the Super Bowl. So that's my desire for my team. And I'm looking for Dak Prescott to have a phenomenal year. He got that bag now. CeeDee Lamb got that bag now. I'm looking for them to ball out. Again, I know we didn't have any gaudy numbers. And we didn't need it because our defense and special teams did their thing. But I'm looking for those guys to be the number one tandem in the league once again. Alright, that's my time, you guys. I really thank you all for your time. Listen, make sure you share this content with a friend, a neighbor, a co-worker, a family member, a stranger, and even your enemy. Maybe you guys will become friends after talking about the Dallas Cowboys. DC for life.